Today is March 9th, 2019. This is a little update about Pescador Pilot. I got that on that new Malone trailer. It's a micro sport. It has the bunks. It's set up for two sets of bunks for two kayaks. I got this so we could both take both kayaks to the lake for friends and my wife. All right, on to Pescador Pilot. I've updated this, added a piece for the rudder, make it bigger, a bit easier to turn, maybe, hopefully. Got that handle for the turning, and you can get that at the Pescador Pilot or Pescador Pilot and Pescador Pro Owners Group on Facebook from Fix. I can't even say the name. I'll just have to annotate it below. Seems to work pretty good. Easy to put on. Alright, now what y'all really want to see and know about is I made it where I can drop in a trolling motor right where the pilot drive is. So I've got me a Water Snake T18S. Alright, first thing you got to do is take the head off. Take the attachments off. You got to reuse this piece right here. Get you a piece of Delron, which this is I think 1 inch thick and 2 inches wide, and it's about, I don't know, 5 inches long. Let me get a tape measure. This piece of Delron is 5 inches long. Alright, I drilled out a hole right here in the middle of it, exactly 1 inch, so you get a 1 inch borehole drill it out. I got a lock collar on this side. I used the plastic collar that comes with it on this side. Drill and tap, everything is 1/4 20 threads. Used set screws on that side and that side. Now these bolts right here, they're just a gap filler for where when it drops in. It'll make more sense when I show it where I drop it in. This hole right here is where your pin that holds the pilot drive goes through right there. These screws, I'm planning on putting wing nuts on there, but use those screws to kind of tighten it down, make it a little less slop in them. And that collar is locked down right there. This collar is too. For the wires, I put in this right here 30 amp pack trade. I think it's called a foot switch, but you can lock it in where it's always on like that. You can take it off and use it on off on off. It's just kind of a safety thing for me. I usually leave it on like that, but while I'm putting it in and taking it off, I turn the whole thing off like that so I don't, you know, have the blade spinning. I've used this a few times already, and you see I've got into a few things. I don't really, these props are kind of flimsy, but they work good, and this thing is actually pretty speedy. It goes about 3.5 miles per hour with this. I'll show you how I put it in, show you the battery I use. Stand by. Okay, the first thing you do is you pull out the pilot drive. You have to take this nut, or this nut off right here. Pull that pin out. Pull this whole pin right here out. Get everything out of your way. See, there's my pilot drive. Alright. Now the next thing you do, get the trolling motor. Do this one-handed. Let's see how that goes. And Alright, I got it on this bunk, so let's see if I can do this without moving it. Alright, I'm going to have to slide this back a little bit. Okay. Now that I got it in there like this, see it fits right there. Slide your dry pin in. Alright. Slide this pin through over the top of it. Put your nut on. Yep, let's see if I can do that. Alright, put your nut on. Tighten it as much as you can. Take your Carter pin and find your hole and put it in. Alright, now that that's in, it does have a little bit of slop. You tighten up these nuts right here and take that slop out. And now, unfortunately, it's not going to kick up if you hit something, so just be careful. Okay. Now, for the battery, I'll go get my battery. Show you what I got going on. I did spend a lot on this battery, just so it'll fit. Alright, this is the battery I'm using. It is a Mighty Max lithium ion battery. It is 35 amp hour. And I get about, if I use it constantly, I probably get about 4 hours, maybe 5 out of it. One thing when you get this battery, see how it says that means lithium iron phosphate, 4 cells. So you need to make sure that you get a charger that will charge a lithium ion 4-cell battery up to 35 amp hours at least. If you don't, it won't charge all the way, and you think you'll be calling names and writing bad reviews on this great battery. And it is a great battery. It weighs about 2 pounds. 2 pounds, 35 amp hour. And it fits perfectly right in here. Alright. I'm gonna have to stop the recording to hook up the battery. I can't do it with one hand. My prop is clear. Everything's good to go. Alright. So you're out on the water. You're locked in place, tightened down. All you gotta do is, alright, that speed is speed 1, speed 2, forward, reverse. See, nothing's happening. So, turn my switch on, like so. Now, it is running. Shut it off, go reverse, shut it off, go to slow speed, forward. This thing gets along, runs good. That's all there is to it, guys. That's a drop-in. Now, there's disadvantages to using a drop-in because you're taking your pilot drive away, and you could use this in a different location, like install it on a rudder end or something like that, make a rudder attachment for it, something along those lines. And then you could use the pilot drive and use this as an assist, and you could really buck then. I think you probably get about 5 miles an hour or more. So that's all there is to it. Hope you like it. Enjoy your day.